Hello and thank you for choosing All American Scoreboards. Today we are going to talk about controlling your EMC with an 8000 series console. To do this, you will need at least one 8000 console. You will need two 8000 consoles if you plan on controlling the EMC while you are also running the scoreboard. In this video, we're going to learn how to make messages, arrange messages into programs, and send it to the sign. First thing you want to do is you want to hold down the power button and turn on your console. And you want to arrow over till you see the option to select the message center. Press number 3 and you will see either play mode or edit mode. Now in play mode you can send messages and programs to assign. In edit mode you get to edit what those messages say. And we're going to start out with edit mode. And right off the bat you're going to need to enter a passcode. And this is super secretive, so please listen carefully. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can change that later on if you want. Press enter, and you will now be in edit mode. You can either edit messages or edit programs. We are going to start out by editing messages. And you want to use the arrow keys to scroll through the existing messages, and then press either select right in the middle there, or enter to find the message that you want to edit. The 8000 console can store up to 99 messages and 99 programs. And a message is defined as a single frame of text. A program is a collection of those messages. And we're going to start out by making a new message. In this example, we have 30 messages in this console, so the new message will be number 31. That will be different on your console. The next available blank message will always be the top of that list. You can see there it says 31 blank. We're going to select that one and arrow down to the amount of delay that we want. What delay is basically the time in between the messages. So your message can stay up there for 5 minutes or it can stay up there for 1 second, and anywhere in between. We're going to check 2 seconds for this one, and then we can key in our content. Once we've done that, we can add a transition. Now there's a number of transitions you can do on the console. We're going to start out by showing hold. Hold just shows the message up on your display. Travel will start the message out on the very far right and travel across the display. Flash will show your message and flash at a certain amount of times. You can go from either 1 flash up to 9. Push up will show your message coming in from below the display and up, and push down will show the opposite effect, coming from the top and pushing down. Wipes are a little bit different. It's as if the text is there, but it's just showing the bottom of the text and wiping to the top. And wipe down is going from the top and wiping down. Wipe left will start at the right hand side of the message and wipe to the left. Wipe right will start from the left hand side and wipe to the right. There is also wipe in, and that will start from the outsides and like such. And wipe out will start from the inside and wipe out. After we're done with the transitions, we now can control the speed of that transition. So if you have a speed of 1 and you have it set to travel, it will travel very slowly. If you have a speed of 3, it will travel very quickly. We're going to go right in the middle. It's kind of a preference thing, and once you play around with the console enough, you can change that. Next, we're going to talk about schedules. Every message in a program can contain a schedule. You can tell it when to turn on and when to turn off. You can assign it to a day of the week, so that if you have an event coming up on every Tuesday, you can have it say the same message every Tuesday. Here's a list of all the days you can choose. And basically you want to go back up and down until you find the day that you want to select. And once you are on that day, press the select button and it will put an asterisk right next to the day. Just like that. We're going to go every other day for this example. And just like you can add those, you can also remove them. And once we're done selecting the days of the week, you press enter and you will get kicked back to the edit messages and edit programs screen. We're going to look at programs now, and programs organize the messages that are assigned by a number. You cannot delete a message, but you can change a message, which will also change the content inside the program. So we're going to look at editing a program. All right, we're going to press number 2, and the top one is the new one, so we're just going to press enter. And we're going to rename this one test. You can name it whatever you like. And use the select button to add messages. So you arrow down, you find which messages you want to add, and you press the select button. An asterisk followed by the number of the message in that program will appear. And what that is it's basically showing you what order all those messages are going to be in. So 1 will play before 2, 2 will play before 3, and so on. Let's find some more messages to put in here. You can also key in the actual message number if you know that. You can press 23, enter, and it'll take you right to that message if you like. But once you're done, you just hit enter, and you have set up a program. Let's press setup to get into play mode. You can press setup to toggle between play mode and edit mode. And it's going to ask you what EMC we're talking to. We're talking to the 8214 EMC that is set up in setup, and then press enter when done. The display will ask you to find the show message button. It is an important one because it can toggle you between quick messages and programs. And quick messages allows you to display any message that is already in your console and display immediately on the board without having to go through a program. We're going to go ahead and press the show message button again and get back into the program mode. And we're going to toggle using our arrow keys over to find the program that we want to display. We're going to press the send a sign button, and the message will appear on your scoreboard. Now if you see this display, it says eat at Joe's after the game. And we're going to change that up. We want to move after the game before eat at Joe's. So to do that, we're going to go back into edit mode. And we're going to click edit program, which is the number 2. So to change a message in a program, you want to use the arrow keys to scroll through the existing messages until pointed at the message to be moved. Press push up to move the message up in the program, and press push down to move it down. You can see here that eat at Joe's is number 5, and after the is number 6. We want to use the push down button, that's a transitional button, to move that eat at Joe's from 5 to 6. Once we're done moving things around, press the enter key to exit out of that feature. Press the setup button to go back into play mode, and we'll arrow on over to the same pregame program that we had running before. And let's test it to see if everything moved. After the game, eat at Joe's. So before the game, you want to send your program to the sign. The sign will display the program in a loop until a new program or quick message is sent. And during the game, a second console is required to change the programs or messages. And now we're going to go into setup. We're going to press the setup button if we are in play mode to get into edit mode, and arrow on over to sign setup. Press the number 3, and that will take you into Sign Setup, where you can change your name or description of your EMC. You can change the brightness, change your radio and channel IDs, and you can also change your time of day. So here, let's change the description. I'm going to press Shift and then Clear Line, and that will clear out the line. You can also backspace and enter in new text. Let's call this one the South Gym, and press Enter. The number of lines on most of these displays is going to be 1. The number of panels on the 8214 is 12. And if you change that to something that is not what your sign is, your display will be off center. Changing your channel and ID is not something that we recommend doing unless you're on the phone with technical support. You will lose communication with your sign if these values are incorrect. Go ahead and change this from no to yes for your default sign. That will tell your console how wide your sign is and kick in some features such as auto travel when your message gets too long for what you wanted to show. Max bright is at 8. This is typically not changed. Set time and day. Let's go ahead and set that. We'll change that to yes, and then press enter. Now for times, if you are doing something that's in 3:25 in the afternoon, you have to press 0325 and then change that A to a P by simply pressing the P key. And change your date. Let's go from 03/25 2021 and then press enter. Next, choose what day of the week it is. You can arrow back up and press select. The next time your display shows the time of day, it will have the correct date. Thank you very much, and read the manual if you want to dig in a little bit deeper and find out some more features of your EMC.